people of Earth! How are you doing today? Today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial. So, to start off, I've already done my brows. I've been liking doing them before my makeup because some reason when I put my foundation on, it makes my brows smear more, so I can't get a precise, you know? So, to start off, I'm going to be using the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. I haven't used this yet. Kind of swatched it. Doesn't really do much swatch on your hand, but you get what I'm saying. So, I'm going to put this on my problem areas. For foundation, I will be using the YSL Le Tint Incre Debut. The Fusion Ink Foundation. That's what it says right there. And I've been loving this recently. So this consistency reminds me of the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. It's very liquidy and it doesn't seem like it would be full coverage, but it definitely does the job. See, like, it sounds like water. I already have a damp beauty blender. We're just gonna draw it on our face. Boop. Boop. No big deal. Art class taught me things. I look like a warrior. Okay, so I'm going to take the fat end of my damp beauty blender and pounce. Once I have pounced that out, I'm going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Sand. And I'm not going to go crazy. Usually I would, depending on the time of day. So if I wanted to go lighter, I would just make a few dots instead of drawing those lines. So I'll work on this area and then I'll move on to the nose, forehead, and the chin. I'm going to put a stripe to balance out. So before my eyes start creasing any worse, I'm going to grab the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and first, if your eyes ever crease before you can get to baking or powder, just dab it right back out and then just press in the powder right on the beauty blender. So that isn't so much as baking, it's more of melting your powder into your concealer, not so heavy, but it does the job just as well. So next I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour stick in Fawn. So what I do is, watch the marks I make. We go wider here, and I won't put that much product too far. And I always work one cheek at a time because sometimes it can dry and it's harder to blend out. So my favorite brush for cream contouring is the Anastasia A30. It's this fat, firm buffer brush. And what I'll do is I'll work at the end first, moving it back into my hairline. So I'll kind of work it back and up. Bam, bam. So the reason I like Fawn so much is it is a cooler tone contour, so it'll give you that natural shadow. Just do the same thing. I don't know why my hair always decides to do that. The trick is don't pull. You just kind of pounce and flick because you'll start smearing your creams and it looks like a crazy mess. Okay, so we're gonna go to eyelids. I'm just using the MAC Prep and Prime 24-hour extended eye base, and we're just gonna put that on both lids. So I'll kind of let that settle. It's almost like an oily consistency. It's kind of gross, but I'll kind of let it settle before I put a powder on because it can kind of move around. So today I'm very excited to talk about this beauty. This is the new Violet Voss Ride or Die palette, and I am obsessed. This is my Ride or Die palette now. I'm sold immediately. First day I was sold. Okay, so I'm just gonna start off with a Sigma E40, a big fluffy brush, and pick up the shade April. I'm gonna try to show you these shades, kind of tough. So April is this just nude shade right here, and I'm going to set my eyelid with that all over. Start off with my favorite blending brush, Morphe R38. It's the Rose Gold Collection. It's just a tapered, big, fluffy blending brush. And I am going to take the shade Abigail. It is this transition shade right here. Just put that right on the end. So I'm going to take that shade and just lightly put that right into the crease as our transition. So next I'm going to take the shade Alice, and we're just going to put that right over top but closer onto the bottom of that crease. Same brush, very lightly, focus on the outside. And then we're going to go right here on the outside corner as well. Our main focus for this eye look is staying on the outer corner. Now going into the shade Josie, it's a little darker brown, and we're going to put that closer to the outside. And now at this point, start flicking your product to the outside of your eye, just to create a very subtle shadow for when we start creating our wing. Now it will look messy now, but we'll clean it up later when we start doing the darker shades. So now I'm going to take the shade Skylar. It is a cooler brown. This is going to create a quote-unquote natural shadow in the crease, in the same spot that other brown is. Alright, so this is my trick. Y'all are gonna laugh at me. So I got a Peter Thomas Roth mask Volt, and it came with their little mask applicator. So it's got a little scrubby, but this end is thin. So I use that right here. Alright, so I'm going to be using the Smith 235 brush, and I'm going to pick up that same Skylar shade right only on the end, and I'm going to set the mask applicator here and line it up with your bottom lash line, and then we're going to take the brush and lightly put the product right on the base. See that line that it created? Just from that. This thing is a multitasking little brush. Bam, guys. Bam. So I'm going to use the shade Josie once again, the same technique I just used on the same brush, and go over a little bit more with that warmer shade. So using the same brush, I'm going to buff it back up just very lightly so it's not super harsh. Gently blend out that line. Okay, so now I'm going to take a flat shader brush, it's a Morphe M124, and I'm going to pick up that same nude shade and just pop it on the front of the lid just to make it a little brighter. Alright, so now we're going to work on the bottom lash line. This is the Sigma E45. And I'm going to pick up that same Abigail shade that we used as a transition and run that along the entire bottom lash line. Alright, so using the exact same brush, I just wiped it off on a paper towel. I'm going to be picking up Alice again and just a little product right on the end of the lash line, from about the middle of the lash line to the outer corner. Okay, now using a small pencil brush, it's the Morphe B18, I'm going to pick up the Josie shade only right on the end of the brush, tap off the excess, and right on the outer corner closer to the lash line. A trick that I used from Jaclyn Hill is I'm going to take the Morphe M460, the contouring brush, with the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to dip the brush real thick into the powder, and I'm going to run it right here, just like you would baking a contour. Bam! It will sharpen that up just like a contour would. Okay, so the last step before I do my lashes is I'm going to pick up the Morphe E43, and I'm going to pick up that same Josie shade right on the end of this brush and press it along my lash line. So I took a little bit of black shadow into the exact same thing. I just traced up like a fake liner, and I'm going to press it right into the outer corner of the lash line as well. And now we're going to do the lashes. I'm going to be using the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. This is my favorite for lengthening my lashes because they're not that long. Okay, so we're going to bronze while we let my mascara dry. I'm going to be taking the Morphe R7 Big Fluffy Bronzing Brush, and I'm going to take NARS Laguna and just all right up here, bronze my whole face. I just put it right on my contour line, all around, right up on my cheeks, to give it that quote-unquote warm summer glow. And then I'm going to put it on my forehead as well. Alright, so I'm going to move on to lashes. So, ones I've been loving recently are the Kiss Shy Lashes. Literally drugstore. Not that expensive. So I'm going to use my Duo lash glue. And we're gonna let it dry. I don't completely let them dry because I'm impatient, but we're gonna poop them on. I'm gonna try to put it in the middle as close as I can to the lash line, and then connect the corners and just kind of push it right down into that lash line so it blends better. Bam! Alright, so a trick I do is, you see the difference? This one looks more full at the base than this one. Well, instead of using eyeliner, I dip the same flathead little liner brush and I dip it into black eyeshadow, and then I put it right over top that glue that's still white. So it's still a little bit tacky, and then I just press it right along that lash line. I'm going to wipe away whatever is left of the translucent powder. Another trick to make it look fuller is I take the ColourPop gel liner and Swerve, just all black, and I run it right on the top lash line. So another product I would like to try is the new Marc Jacobs matte gel liner pencils. This is in Deja Blue, and I'm just gonna run that right on the bottom lash line. So now I'm gonna go in with the MAC Extended Play Lash Mascara for my bottom lashes. Okay, so the highlighter I'm gonna use is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Precious Petals. I'm gonna be using the Anastasia A23 and just highlight the mains. So I've been seeing this recently on many tutorials, and I'm going to try it out. So I'm going to be using the Moonchild palette, and I'm going to pick up Blue Moon and use it as an inner corner highlight, just to match that baby blue. Wow, that's really pretty. Alright, lastly, I'm going to do my lips. I'm going to use MAC Oak, line them. Alright, just line our lips. I'm going to use the Huda Beauty liquid lipstick in the shade Spice Girl. Ooh, it smells good. Bam! And there you have it. This is the final look. I would set it with spray, but I'm not going anywhere. It's just going to get washed off. This is my fake liner, don't know what to call it, grungy blue. So here's the completed look. If you liked the look, if you want to try it out, tag me and all that good stuff. Yeah, so let me know what you think. Comment, blah, 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 subscribe, you know, all that good stuff, blah. I'll see you in the next video. Bye! I feel like this is so unsanitary, but this is just great. Oh, I hate my life.
I'm sitting on my foot.
We make the prettiest faces when we do makeup. Boo-boo! I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh. Not that expensive. Oh my god, excuse me. That's gorgeous. We itch. So here's the completed look. Oh my god, I can't get this out. Get it out!